4 to 5. That is the Be Local Buzz with Devin on TAN Talk 1340 AM and 106 FM every Thursday from 4 to 5. Looking forward to speaking with you.
Do you have questions after being injured in a car accident or injured because of someone's negligence? Do you feel overwhelmed or uncertain about the next steps after being injured in a crash? The personal injury attorneys at Peronick, Caulfield, Averill, and Noyes have been helping their injured clients since 1955 and are now on this radio station to provide guidance to you. Listen to FLA Law each Tuesday from 5 to 6 p.m. Let their decades of experience help you and your family. Offices in Clearwater, non-attorney spokesman.
This is the TAN Talk Radio Network.
Good morning. It's Thursday at 9:07 a.m. So you all know what that means. It's time for another exciting installment of the Knife and Fork Radio Show with your hosts, Mike and Eric. And we have Mike back in studio today for all of those that missed him the last couple of weeks. Mike, how's your little sabbatical that you've been on?
Oh, man, it's been stressful. I'll say that.
That's never a good vacation, man. Vacations are supposed to be about having fun and relaxing. You know what I mean? Of
course. Yeah. Well, I was thinking about Jamaica, but we'll see what happens.
Jamaica, it sounds good, man. I wish I'll go right now, man. If you want to make a plan, let's go, man. We'll book a flight. We'll head out there right now.
Hey, yeah, let's call it 2 weeks. We'll
have 2 weeks.
Conversation about this.
So in 2 weeks, everybody, when the show is going to be a repeat, it's because Mike and Eric are in Jamaica, relaxing on the shores.
That's how it's going to work.
Having a good time. Ed, how's Ed back there doing in the production studio this morning? I know it's been about a week or so since we talked to you last. It's always fun to have you involved with the show. How you doing back there, brother?
I would not prefer Jamaica. I'm ready for a place cold.
You're crazy. Why?
Damn right. It's already too hot here.
Oh,
listen,
my God.
we were going to do before Jamaica. We were going to do Maine.
Maine.
Yeah. I've never been to Maine before.
Yeah,
so I was like, let's go to Maine.
We can't afford that though, man. Jesus.
Nobody sweats in Maine.
That's true.
What I'm saying.
Ed, you like the cold weather, huh?
Absolutely.
Man, I'll tell you what. If I here's a fun fact. I've never seen snow in my life. And if I never see snow before I die, I'm going to feel just as good as I do right now.
You don't know what you're missing now.
Oh, no.
And I'm not talking about the shoveling part.
Right.
That's a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
But you missed the tubing.
The tubing?
The skiing.
Well, who the hell cares about that, man? If you got to shovel snow to get out of your driveway to go and get on snow and tube, who the hell wants to do that crap?
You don't. Okay, if you're going to move to Maine or something, then you're going to shovel.
Right.
But if you parts of North Carolina where it's there, or Denver, it's there one day, gone tomorrow.
Yeah, I guess I could get down with that. I suppose
you got to go tubing and stuff like that. That's a blast.
Yeah, I know. My wife tells me I'm missing out on it too, but I got to tell you, man, I'm good.
Skiing's a blast. You know, skiing. People think about skiing as you go up the mountain, you come down. It depends on where you go, but when I go to Colorado skiing, it's like you go up the mountain. It takes about 10 minutes to go up the lift. It'll take you an hour and a half to ski down.
No kidding.
Because you have to stop and rest.
Right.
Because your thighs are on fire.
Yeah.
So all you're doing is trying to stop. And you stop halfway down. There's a little place there. You get a little nippy, and you're,
You warm up a little bit.
Yeah. And you get down and have lunch, go back up again, and you call it a day.
Oh, man, that sounds...
It sounds horrible. It sounds like an exercise in futility is what that sounds like to me.
It sounds
it's just rinse and repeat. Yeah,
sore thighs the next day.
Oh man, I'd rather just get on a dirt bike or something and just hang out.
I don't like jet skiing.
Jet skiing is a lot of fun.
Oh man, but in the long distances, no bueno.
Yeah, I'll tell you, your thighs hurt when you get off a jet ski too, man. Those things beat you up quite a bit.
Oh yeah,
they do, but they're fun though. They're fun.
I mean, the one on Key West, they take you on that little trip to the southernmost point.
Yeah.
Oh, it was raining sideways.
Awesome.
Oh, it was horrible.
I had a buddy of mine. He was a big fan of the drink, so he was drunk literally 24 hours a day. This is before you and I ever met.
Oh, okay.
My Hawaiian buddy, his name was Chemo. I used to work with him years ago, and he loved tequila. He was drunk 24 hours a day. We went out there. One of our buddies had a jet ski. I knew how to ride him. He'd never ridden one before, and he didn't understand that you had to have propulsion in order to steer.
Yeah.
And he's coming up the shore and he's having a bag, you know what I mean? We're kids, we're idiots at that point. He's coming up on the shore and he cuts the power off and he goes to turn the ski to make it, like to kind of park it, whatever. But he didn't realize he needed to keep his thumb on the gas the whole time. This dumbass comes driving the ski right up onto the beach. He's like, well, I want to turn. I'm like, you idiot. You have to, you can't steer without having the gas on, you moron.
That's awesome.
Oh, man. Yeah, this guy liked tequila. He did. Oh. He loved tequila. Oh,
shout out to tequila everywhere.
God. And it wasn't even the good tequila, too. It was a cheap Jose Cuervo Gold.
Oh.
The stuff that's like $7 for a 1.5. Oh, he loved it, man. He would just chug it right out the bottle.
We all drank that in our day.
Oh, my God. He would chug it right out the bottle, though. I mean, this guy was, when I say alcoholic at its finest, this man was an alcoholic at its finest, 100%.
I wish they put a worm in it. That would be great.
Yeah, I know.
That'd be awesome.
That's scary, though. I don't know if I want to do it or not.
Well, if you get down to the bottom of the bottle.
That's who cares at that point, right? You might as well just eat the glass that it's cased in. All right. Well, that's a little bit of fun to start the show off with. We got the whole team back together today. I'm happy about that. What's going on with these stupid Tesla Cybertrucks? Are you guys seeing these all over the roads everywhere? I mean, it's a $250,000 vehicle right now, and I see at least one or two a day moving forward. What's going on? I mean, they're everywhere.
It's like it looks like the apocalypse is coming to town.
It does. It's kind of cool looking, but I mean, for $250,000, I mean, that's a house.
Well, there's a drive-through car wash mode on this car. If you do not put it in a drive-through car wash mode, it will shut down the motor and shut down the truck and just disable it completely from getting wet.
Oh, really?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you have to have a certain mode on in order to do this. Yes.
Yeah.
I've already heard about it, a recall on it.
No kidding.
Yeah. So
wow.
That's the first thing I've heard about.
I mean, they are everywhere.
And they're really heavy. So it has all those, for the bigger battery, right?
Yep.
So it has almost as big a carbon footprint on the planet actually as a car at this point, because you're cracking the roads, you are putting all these minerals in it.
And they say that the tire burn of those things are almost more polluting than the actual fumes coming out of a regular tailpipe
because of the weight.
Because of the weight and because of the excessive torque that they have moving forward.
And the distribution of the weight. It's not very big.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then they're trying to put trucks on the road now.
I know. Oh, the semis? Yeah.
Yeah. So you put a 20,000-pound semi on the road, right?
Driving itself.
And then you go over a weight capacity of a bridge that's only rated for 80,000 pounds.
Forget about it.
So now you have to have double of them on the road in order to facilitate the same thing. God. And it just doesn't make any sense. The amount
of battery power it takes to power a semi-truck, an electric semi-truck, it's got to be, unbelievable.
The technology is just, it seems so, not the technology, but the way they made it just seems so...
Yeah, it's
out of date.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It just doesn't make sense.
They're cool to look at, but I would never in a million years want to own one, though.
No, of course not.
But hey, guys, just a quick reminder, since I closed down Goodfellas and I can actually not have heart palpitations anymore from the stress levels that I had, which is a great thing. I've been doing some contract work over this awesome new restaurant over in Newport Richey. Latitude 28 is the name of the joint. Listen, guys, I'm telling you, I talked about it last week on the air. I'm going to talk about it again right now. They've got an extremely talented executive chef. The guy's a maniac back there with his abilities and what he can do food-wise. He's doing things with food that I've never seen before, which is pretty impressive. And I think I've seen everything out there. Beautiful dining room. I mean, just beautifully, tiled floors, hardwood oak on the walls, beautiful handcrafted tables, full liquor bar, full wine list, local craft beers, anything you could ever want out of a restaurant, these guys have. And it's right there in almost downtown Newport Richey. Beautiful spot, Latitude 28. It's spelled L''attitude is how they spell it. So don't use the regular word latitude, L''attitude 28. I'll talk about it a little bit later in the show, but I just wanted to give a shout out to them because they're really doing a great job pulling that place together.
That place is amazing.
Yeah. I mean, it is. Yeah, we talked about it. Mike, have you been there yet?
Yeah, Ben, I've already been.
Awesome.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
I had a great experience. I mean, the beer's good.
Yeah, man.
Everything, all the food items were amazing.
Yeah.
I didn't get to try them all, obviously, but
of course,
the couple things that I had were amazing. So
awesome,
I had a great time.
Awesome.
So.
I love it. I love hearing that. You know what I mean? And they're really doing a good job. They were in the beginning, trying to figure out their techniques and their, the operations.
Well, normally it doesn't go that fast. So
no, I'm telling you.
So good for them.
They've been open for 3.5 weeks and they're nailing it right now. I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
14, 15-minute ticket times coming out of the kitchen. I mean, you can't ask for better than that. 7 to 8 minute appetizers hitting the table, and they're all handmade. Everything in the building is made from scratch. which is even better.
And you don't find that anymore. So that's one of the
everyone's buying
impressive
pre-made
things.
stuff. They're putting crap on the table.
They're just trying to cycle it out like a conveyor belt. Those guys over there, at least they're cooking.
They're getting it done. They're getting it done.
So that's doing it the classic way, which is the way you're supposed to do it.
Absolutely. Latitude 28. It's spelled L''attitude 28. And we'll get back to that a little bit later in the show. We'll talk more about them. We got Memorial Day coming up this Monday. What do you got going on for Memorial Day, Mike? You doing anything fun?
Monday's normally my day off, but I would imagine I would have to work since it's Monday.
Are you guys open at the restaurant?
We are open at the restaurant.
Are you?
So I don't know if I'll be there or not. So we'll see what happens.
All right.
We'll see what the week holds.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I've got a list of things today. Top 10 list of the most popular Memorial Day foods for a Memorial Day weekend.
Okay.
So I'd like to share that with everybody right now. Some of these don't make much sense to me.
Okay.
But some of them do.
Is this a United States poll?
Yeah, it's just across the United States, yeah.
Okay.
And I don't know, number 10 is kind of weird. S'mores on Memorial Day?
Well,
who the hell says, you know what, hey, let's go have a Memorial Day barbecue on Monday. And by the way, I'll bring over the graham crackers. Have you ever in your life ever said that?
Never once.
And you know what? You never will say that. After we leave this studio today, those words will never come out of your mouth again.
I'll shout, I've never learned them.
Yeah, exactly. Here's number 9. This is another interesting one right here. Ranch dressing. What?
People just, man, white people love ranch dressing. I'm just going to say it.
I don't get it.
White people love ranch dressing.
How is ranch dressing a Memorial Day treat?
I don't know how it's Memorial Day.
All right, I'm bringing over the graham crackers and the ranch dressing. You bring over the beer, man. Let's have a great grill this Memorial Day. We're going to barbecue like nobody's business.
The only ones who use that is for salad and vegetable sticks.
Yeah, and for it's good for veggies.
Which
I don't mind
Memorial
it.
Day usually become food missiles.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
I don't mind it on veggie dips and things like that. But salads and things like
Day. What do you put it on, a hot dog?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, maybe. All right, so now we're getting in some more normal ones right here. Number 8, corn dogs. I can see that.
I like corn dogs.
love me a good corn dog.
Corn dog, man.
And I can't stand yellow mustard with a passion, but the only condiment I can use on a corn dog is yellow mustard.
I agree with that.
For some reason, man, I can't put yellow mustard on anything. It's just disgusting to me as far as I'm concerned. But when on a corn dog, I have to have it.
Then you get those strange ones that put ketchup on it.
Yeah, I've seen ketchup on a corn dog too. I can't do that.
I think that's when, a mustard's not optional.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like a backup plan.
Yeah, like a backup plan.
Yeah.
Like it's got to be, have something on it.
Yeah,
but they decide mustard.
We ran out of chocolate and marshmallows for our s'mores, so let's eat a corn dog with ketchup on it instead. That sounds a lot more appealing.
There you go.
Number 7.
How about ranch dressing? Huh?
Oh, yeah. I'll take a shot of ranch dressing and wash it all down. That sounds absolutely delicious. Make sure it's got buttermilk in it because it's the only way to do it. Moving forward, I guess this would be more in like the northeastern part of the country celebrating Memorial Day. Lobster rolls.
Oh, yeah, lobster rolls, I guess.
Can see that.
Yeah, and like Maine and all that.
I like a good
area.
lobster roll, man.
If it's done right, they're great, man.
Yeah.
They're great. You do the claw and knuckle meat and use the right bread, and then you just make like a...
Absolutely. I love a good lobster roll. Yep. Number 6, Philly cheesesteak. Yeah, I can see that, I guess.
I guess if you're in Philly.
Yeah, if you're in Philly. Yeah.
Philly area, I guess that's maybe,
Number 5, this one here across the board, it's got to be a favorite of everybody. Wings. I know, Ed, you love you some wings back there. We talked about last week on the show. I could eat wings every day of the week if I had the opportunity to.
Me too.
I love them.
Yeah, I love wings.
I love them. Ranch or blue cheese, Mike?
I'm a blue cheese
Attaboy.
guy.
So all 3 of us in this building are all in confirmation. Blue cheese is the only way to go on chicken wings. If I ever see you dipping ranch dressing or your wings in ranch dressing, I'm slapping the crap out of your hand, and I'm going to tell you to get the hell out of my restaurant. You're not welcome
Whenever
here
I
anymore.
get a server, because you like some wings, yes. Blue cheese or celery. Blue cheese or ranch.
Yeah.
And I just go, ugh.
Why would you even ask me? Why would you insult me with this ridiculous question? Please be gone. Send me another server that has more common sense. Get out of my face.
Amen to that.
And it's got to be the good blue cheese too. I've been to some places. Here's a way to tell that they usually put them in little plastic dip cups there. That if you can turn it upside down
and it sticks.
Yeah, it's good.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah, you don't want that runny stuff. I agree with you, man.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Oh,
And
yeah.
and the one chunk of cheese that's in it.
Yeah.
The rest is all liquid.
Just all
Right.
just mayonnaise and sour cream or whatever the binder is.
That's the Ken's Cheney Brothers label.
That's it. Yeah,
That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
That's the one. That's the one.
What do they call it? Cheney's Choice or something like that. Yeah. It's got the brown label
The
on
Cheney
it.
standard.
Absolutely. Number 4, it just says barbecue. I'm down with that.
I mean, barbecue's pretty.
Memorial Day,
range is
fire up
pretty
the
long,
grill.
but
You put some ribs on there. You put some steaks or some burgers.
Go time, right?
Forget about it. I'll do it all day long. Number 3, hot dogs.
Right. Well, we knew they would be top 2 or 3, right?
Of course.
Obviously, but
That's the cheap one.
That's Memorial Day on a budget. Yeah. But I'll tell you what, man. I was just at the grocery store on Monday, on Tuesday at Publix, and they were ramping up for Memorial Day, and they had buy one get one hot dogs on sale. I went there to buy one thing, and I walked out with like 8 packages of hot dogs and 5 bags of potato chips. I was just like, what am I doing? Why am I buying all this crap? I went in here for one thing. I literally walked in here to buy like eye drops, and I walk out with a giant cart filled with hot dogs and potato chips. That's like, what? What's this? Number 2, subs and sandwiches. I guess party platters and things like that.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
That makes sense.
And then number 1, I guess everyone can probably figure this one out. Hamburgers.
You know what I mean? I guess
it's a Memorial Day staple.
Where's the sausage?
No sausage made this list.
Really? Does that fall under barbecue? Because the barbecue is very wide.
It's vague.
Barbecue could be chicken, it could be ribs, it could be
it's vague.
Sausage,
it could be ranch dressing.
Anything. Yeah, it could be ranch dressing, barbecued ranch.
Barbecue ranch.
Sounds delicious, yeah.
Ranch-a-Q.
Ranch-a-Q. That sounds outstanding. Yeah, I don't know, Ed, to be honest with you. That they only had 11 through 1 listed, so I'm sure maybe that made it somewhere on the list, but it didn't make the top 11 that I have over here. And just for conversation's sake, number 11 is apple pie. There's nothing more American than a slice of apple pie.
Yep.
You put cheddar cheese on it?
No.
Why is that, man?
No,
that's like an old person thing. It's an old person thing.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know. I mean,
but
if you want to destroy the dish,
it's a thing, though. It's a thing. Yeah, I don't understand it either. But yeah, apple pie. That's it. So,
I mean,
that's your
people love their cheese.
I guess. I guess so. That's your top 11 lists for Memorial Day foods across the country, ranked in order from number 11 till number 1.
Interesting. I love it.
Very interesting. Very, very interesting. And let's go ahead and take a quick commercial break. We're at 9:22. We'll get back. And as soon as we get back from that, we're going to do a little bit of restaurant news. Phone lines are open, 727-441-3000. Give us a call. Feel free to chime in. Do whatever you want. We're here to take your calls. We're here to make you have a good morning and have a good time doing it as well. We'll see you in a few.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Hi there, I'm Robin Savage, stand-up comic. Are you sick of the news getting pushed around by two sides, always saying the other side is wrong? You deserve to enjoy the news.
That's what's up, Robin. I'm your host, Mac James, from Stand Up for News. We're stand-up comics, and we tell the news. The news doesn't have any legs and can't stand up for its own self. Join us and special guests like local hero comics like Donnie Stopa, all the way to legends like Tommy Chong, every Thursday, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. here on WTAN Radio.
Hello, this is the one and only Robbie the Shark. I want to welcome you to the new program, All Groovy, man. I just want a bunch of folks in front of my porch. Let's have a Coca-Cola, a sweet tea, or whatever your drink of flavor is, and let's just talk about life and how far we've come on the only 1340 WTAN Tan Talk Radio Network.
It's All Groovy with Robbie the Shark. Thursdays from 8 to 9 p.m. Listen at your own risk.
Tune in to the Shrink and Wrap Show here on Tan Talk Radio. Our stories and our topics will include, but are not limited to, everyday issues. We're here for you, for our listeners. We want to know what's important to you. So again, don't miss us on Tan Talk Radio. Tune in again, Shrink and Wrap Show. We'll see you then.
That's the Shrink and Wrap Show every Thursday from 3 to 4 p.m. right here on the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Carrie Harrison with you, inviting you to join me each Friday afternoon at 5 o'clock for Reboot Your Life, where we teach you how to get back the life you love. We not only open our Hollywood Recovery Rolodex, but we bring on the best of the best in coaches, doctors, and therapists just for you. All this is made possible by Riverside Recovery of Tampa, the go-to place when our veterans need recovery help. You can learn more at rrtampa.com, 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 and join me Fridays at 5 for Reboot Your Life.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. You're listening to the Knife and Fork Radio Show, 9:25 Thursday morning. Hopefully, everyone's having a great Thursday. Hopefully, you're not working too hard and you're relaxing a little bit. You're listening to the show, getting a couple laughs, moving forward, and then get the rest of your day started and get this week over with. Because tomorrow's Friday, then we got the weekend. Long weekend, because we just talked about it. It is Memorial Day. So for most of us that are not in the restaurant business, we do, you will get Monday off, I would assume. But the unfortunate fact is for a lot of the people that are in the restaurant business, Memorial Day just means we're going to work harder that day because everyone wants to go out to eat that's not doing barbecuing that day. So
yes,
with that being
off
said,
of work.
Feel sorry for us. And I'm very jealous of you. That's all right, though. Sir. That's okay. We'll get it done. Hey, listen, we got some restaurant news coming up right now. Now, before we touch on it, let me let you know. I talked about the restaurant Latitude 28, spelled L''Attitude 28. Their address is 4148 Rowan Road in Newport Richey. For all of y'all listening out there that want to give it a try, 4148 Rowan Road. L''Attitude 28.
I had spinach dip over there the other day. It was really good.
Did you really?
Yeah, it was really, really good.
Nice.
It was nice.
Nice.
Perfect flavor.
Awesome.
And then I had the chops also. So, I mean, that's what I had.
Did you get the pork chops?
I got the pork chops.
Dude, they got the best pork chops there, man. They're these bone out, bone pork chops. So you can eat 100% of the.
That's what I'm saying, all the pork.
And they put that bacon, that bourbon apple bacon jam on top of it.
It was the jam, man.
That's I see what you did there, and I like that. Yeah, I did see that. Yeah, the jam was the jam. I'm going to use that one later, if that's okay with you.
Of course.
All right, perfect.
Absolutely license it to you right now.
I'd love it.
On air.
I'll let you know. How many times I use it, and I'll cut you a check at the end of the year. All right.
Perfect. Just $10.99 me. All right.
No problem. Yeah, just wait in line with the rest of them. All right. Hey, I got some restaurant news coming up in this part of the show, guys. I'm gonna tell you, when they say it's a restaurant apocalypse right now, they mean it.
They really mean it.
Absolutely, restaurant apocalypse.
It's happening.
It's unbelievable the amount of closures and the amount of struggling that people are going through right now in the restaurant business. I generated a small list of different restaurants across the country that are facing the same challenges that you and I are on a daily basis, that can't hold on any longer. And this list it's mind-boggling.
Staggering.
Well, Red Lobster, obviously. And by the way, they did say that the endless shrimp promotion was not the only reason why they decided to file for bankruptcy. I'll get into that a little bit later too.
Wow.
Listen to this list. Red Lobster, closures. Applebee's, closures. Chili's, closures. Tijuana Flats, Chapter 11. Cracker Barrel, closures. TGI Fridays, closures. Denny's, closures. Boston Market, closed. Done. Finito. Mod Pizza, I've never heard of that. Closures. PDQ, closures. Outback Steakhouse, closures. Hardee's, done. Harold Seltzer's up in Newport Richey has been there for 22 years.
Wow.
This past Sunday was their last day. Big Storm Brewery in Pasco County, 10 years, shut their doors. Their last day was this past Saturday. Yeah.
Big Storm shut?
Big Storm in Pasco. They still have one location in Pinellas, but the one in Pasco in Odessa, done. Finito.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Saturday was their last day. And I'm telling you guys, it is a nightmare out there in the restaurant business. You know what I mean? Rising costs. All the labor that's involved, lack of stability with the economy. People don't want to spend money. They don't know what's going to be the next move moving forward. They don't want to spend it. They're cutting back on the non-essentials. And unfortunately, the restaurant business is one of those first non-essentials that gets cut back on because you can cook at home for half the price.
Yeah, pretty much.
And your experience isn't going to be the same, but you eat to survive. You don't necessarily eat to entertain every day of the week. You know what I mean?
Obviously.
And it is getting tough out there, man. It is getting tough.
It is getting tough, especially for the people that don't do it right.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Those people, they're going to struggle even worse. You got to set yourself aside from the crowd, and you got to make your presence known. You got to have a product that nobody else has.
Yeah, you need help. You
got to find a niche. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's pretty crazy. Like I said, I mean, they call it the restaurant apocalypse, and it's upon us, 100%.
100%.
Yeah. But apparently the endless shrimp promotion to Red Lobster, we've been talking about this story. We've been tracking this for the last few weeks. That was not the only reason that they gave for the bankruptcy. Of course, that was a big chunk of it. Ed and I touched on that last week, that there had to be something else underlying that we didn't know about moving forward. And sure enough, they finally came through and they said declining profits, drop in sales, drop in wine sales. This didn't help them much. A $76 million loss last fiscal year of 2023.
Wow.
That certainly didn't help matters either. And then unfavorable negotiated leases moving forward. Oh, and that'll kill you. And then they're blaming it, of course, on the economic conditions moving forward as well.
Well, I mean, leases is just like buying a home.
Absolutely.
Or renting a home. The rent goes up, the lease goes up.
That's it. Yeah.
Now, I just saw a commercial for Red Lobster.
Did you?
Once again, promoting the endless shrimp.
Get the hell out of here.
I don't listen. Red Lobster, make a new commercial.
Yeah.
Ask people to stay away from the endless shrimp.
Call it the ended shrimp promotion. The shrimp promotion is ended.
Say, come on to Red Lobster, order anything but the endless shrimp, please.
And then make sure you say please. Make sure you say the word please at the end. So
We'd like to stay in business. Please don't order the endless shrimp.
They should do that, man. They should make that the commercial.
Get one of your have the server on there with ragged clothes and everything, and you get people keep ordering endless shrimp, she's gonna look like this, she's got 5 kids behind her.
What the hell is happening right now?
This is the greatest thing I've ever heard.
I'm telling you, man, I'm so happy you're a part of this show, man, because we keep it going, man. You're a great asset to this show, man. I love having you back there coming.
The CEO has got to be kicked in the shrimp himself.
Oh, for
regular
sure.
shrimps.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why is that thing still airing? I mean, if that were me, if I was airing something like that, Lola would be on the phone in a minute.
Of course.
I cut that thing.
Yeah.
Where's the CEO yelling to cut that thing? Let's cut a new one.
Yeah.
Make it funny.
He's probably under his desk crying himself to sleep, and he doesn't even realize the commercial's still airing at this point.
Yeah, he's probably watching and laughing.
Right.
Like, look, these idiots didn't do anything about it.
Something like, damn that Bubba Gump guy.
I told that guy to do
shrimp.
Bubba Gump. I love it. That's awesome. Yeah, I don't know, Ed. It's pretty wild, but yeah, there's somebody has to be held accountable for that. How do you record a $76 million loss? At what point, when you're at a $10 million loss, do you say to yourself, all right, let's continue this insanity because it's working, and then you're at 20 million, then 30, then 40, then 50, $76 million loss doesn't. It just. Somebody had to have seen that coming, because that's over the course of a year.
So what if you make the money and then claim that you had the loss?
I don't know.
And what if it's not accurate?
You think something scandalous might be going on?
Something scandalous might be going on to where they say, all right, cool, we're going to run our path.
Yeah.
And then we're just going to file for chapter bankruptcy.
There's no doubt that
after they run up all the cash.
If they file for bankruptcy, the CEOs are going to pad themselves.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
For the jump.
Of course they are.
They always do.
Happens every day of the week.
Look what happens. Everybody shows up to work. The doors are locked.
Yep.
But the CEO leaves with a $10 million settlement.
Exactly. It's just a cash grab.
Time,
you know what I mean? That's basically all it is. Yeah. You know what I mean? And so it happens all the time.
Every single time.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. And all the people that keep the place alive and keep it going, they're relying on their paycheck.
Yeah,
now they got to go find another job. And that CEO pulls away in his Rolls Royce.
What was good until it got too Hollywood was Undercover Boss.
Yeah.
There needs to be more of that in reality, though.
Yeah.
They started coming with these stupid disguises that weren't fooling anybody.
I agree with you.
But when it first started out, it was very legit, and I think there needs to be more of that, and especially like the Red Lobsters, that they can go in there and sit there as the average Joe, find out what's going on, talk to the servers, talk to the managers.
Yep.
And the fact that because they're the ones that are saying, how can we keep up with this place that's across the street now?
Yeah.
I know we've been here for 30 years.
Yep.
But it's not what you did for the last 30 years. It's going to be what you've done or going to do for the next 30 years.
Absolutely. You're 100% right, Ed. Yeah.
Look at, PDQ came into town and was holding this great chicken. And then go look what happens. Years later, Cane's comes to town.
Yeah, what is that?
It's
Cane's.
just like the PDQ.
Is that what that is? I've never been there.
They have their signature sauces and stuff. And there's other ones that come to town. It's always going to be that. And with the economy doing poorly, businesses start to shrink.
Yeah. Yep, that's it.
It's 100% pop.
It's terrible. Yeah.
That's tough. Oh, man.
I'm telling you, it really is tough out there right now. It is.
Well, some people are profiting, I hope. I would imagine that,
Well, there's some ones out there that are still doing it.
Right,
what was that? I read one this morning. I can't remember which.
How about that Aussie Grill? You heard anything about that? Are those closing down?
Closed down, man.
Already?
Yeah, they already closed down. Yeah, the one on Gulf to Bay.
Good Lord.
Done. I don't even think they last year, and they've got Outback money.
Yeah, they literally put one just right by my house.
They didn't even stay around long enough for the free T-shirt.
No,
they were like 6 months at the most.
Yeah, they built one right there on Gulf Bay in Clearwater, the one by your house.
Isn't
And from the ground up, too. It was ground up, brand new construction.
Isn't that right close to Chick-fil-A or something like that?
Yeah, on Gulf Bay. Yeah, it's across the street from, I think it's a Sam's Club, maybe right directly across the street
that's
from it.
what Chick-fil-A is.
Yeah, what is that, Drew Street, maybe, I think?
Chick-fil-A maybe killed
Old Coachman.
Oh, okay, there you go.
Old Coachman Road.
Yep, and it's right there. Yeah.
Home Depot.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, they closed up shop. Done.
Oh, wow.
6-7 months. And like I said, they've got Outback money. So how bad is that? You know?
That's not long enough.
No.
It's not long enough.
That's like dating a chick for a weekend. Calling it a relationship.
Exactly. And
is
they're
that,
breaking it off.
Is that a tax break if you open it up?
That's what I'm thinking.
From
I mean,
ground up
why
and
would
let
they
it
have done it
fail,
any other way? Yeah.
And then eventually put it more towards the monies that you've already spent.
Exactly.
As in, more money that you have on the books.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, come there. There's something going on there.
Somebody did something.
Somebody did something.
You don't just open up a chain of restaurants and then close them down 6 months, 7 months later.
There's something 100% going on.
Especially when you have that kind of money in the bank. Too.
Yeah,
Outback's not hurting for finances.
Yeah, I promise you that.
Yeah.
So something's definitely going on with that.
Yeah. How about that Big Storm Brewery closed down though? That's amazing.
I thought Big Storm was cool, man. I like it. And some of their beers are great. So
yeah, they do a good job.
There's another industry that's booming.
There's
breweries all over the place.
Everywhere. Oh, craft beer is the jam right now.
Craft beers are all over the place, but the brewery and some of them are trying to cut costs by not having a kitchen.
Yeah,
having a food truck.
They put the food truck outside. Yeah,
they just
we've got one right by my house. Yeah, in Palm Harbor. It's called Divine, I believe it is. I don't know if you've heard of it.
I haven't heard of it.
But they do the same thing. Yeah, they've got this massive brewery with all the what are the things called, like the where they do the kettles and things, where they make the mash and then they
barrels or whatever.
And they've got all their beers on tap, and then you walk outside, and if you want to eat, they've got a barbecue food truck sitting up outside. Keeps it simple. Yeah, you don't have to spend all that mega money for a kitchen.
We had the big one in Countryside. What was that? Sea Dog. And that eventually closed.
Yeah, they closed up though. Yeah, I think they're still doing something because I see food trucks on the road. So I think maybe they do like caterings and things now, but their facility is closed down. Yeah. So I'm not sure what they're doing.
Just so we're clear, Sea Dog beer is trash.
Is it?
Oh, it's horrible.
Yeah.
It is absolutely horrible.
I'm not big on
not good.
Really?
Not good at all.
Sorry about that, Sea Dog. If you're listening.
Sorry, Sea Dog. We got your back, but other than your beer. We can vouch for you other than your beer.
Right, of course. Yeah,
I mean, the stuff that you brew yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really disgusting.
Disgusting.
Every
really.
flavor.
Wow.
Every flavor. Trust me.
Wow.
You know that started that. Remember Hops?
Back in the 80s.
Yeah.
Hops.
Hops was a good place to go.
Yeah, Hops.
And you could get a decent craft beer in there.
And I think the food was pretty good from what I remember, too.
We used to work for a lot of people that work for Hops.
We did.
We've all worked for a lot of
They
people
all
that
came from the hops industry.
Came from the hops industry.
Now, it's New York,
New York.
And New York for in the 90s. New York was there. And then next door, we had Hops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely.
So we could get loaded up over there and,
and that's it.
Make our way to the club. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Mike and I worked for a company where the founders of the company came from Hops.
Yeah.
And this short little mother effer that would walk into the building. Man, I couldn't stand this guy, man. He was the most rude, arrogant, narcissistic son of a bitch you've ever seen in your life. And he was he was just so like full of himself. And he felt the need to always carry a gun. He was always armed. You know, I mean, it's just like, when you treat people the way that you treat people, you probably need to have some sort of self-defense because one of these days somebody's going to pull a gun on you, you dumbass.
Oh, this guy definitely was a problem.
He was the worst.
Whoever had Hops sold the building or something like that to somebody.
Yeah.
And he lit the kitchen on fire.
No kidding.
Yeah, he went to jail.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
For what, insurance fraud?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
That's one way to get it done.
Yeah, I mean, you got a shot,
Why
right?
didn't I think about that a few weeks ago?
Man, you got to start thinking a little bit more, man.
Yeah. We got to tap into our criminal mind, I guess.
Move backwards in time.
Right. You know that company called BurgerFi?
Yeah,
Have you heard of them?
I just heard of them.
Well, they just changed their name to ChickenFi.
Really?
Yes. They're going head to head right now with the chicken sandwich market, like the Popeyes and the Chick-fil-A.
Oh, wow, because chicken sandwiches are that
chicken
popular.
Sandwiches are they're apparently they're the jam now. See what I did there? See that? Apparently they're what's up. So they're now adding all these different variations of chicken sandwiches onto the menu, and there's no determination on how long this name change is going to last. But they're changing the name from BurgerFi to ChickenFi. And they're bragging about that they can even serve you a chicken sandwich on Sundays. So they're literally going head to head with Chick-fil-A at this time.
So they're really challenging.
Yeah,
Chick-fil-A.
in not so many words, they're saying Chick-fil-A, we're coming.
We're coming to get you,
coming for you.
We're getting at least we get 1 week of the 1 day of the week.
Right.
All
Did
business.
Chick-fil-A change their chicken or something like that? I read something about people were
I remember hearing something about that a little while back.
Some kind of hogwash?
Yeah, I heard something about that a little while back, but I couldn't
about
confirm it. We might have just
like
been talking about it here in the studio.
No longer real chicken. It was manufactured or
that sounds good.
Lab.
I mean, it sounds delicious.
Created or
make it sound so good.
Lab-grown chicken. All right, so Ed's in charge of marketing for Red Lobster, and he's in charge of marketing for Chick-fil-A. All right, that's it. That's my final decree. The gavel's coming down. Ed, you're in charge of the marketing.
Yeah, and one more thing on Red Lobster. When somebody when somebody orders the endless shrimp, the server starts to cry.
Yeah. Oh, in the commercial? Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. I'm telling you, Ed.
They should show her going back and forth 100 times.
Oh my God. yeah, with plates, and her shoes are burning because she's running around so much, and her pocket is depleting with all the money in it. Yeah, because
she's tipping out.
Yeah, this is a great commercial.
I
say, Ed, after the show is over, man, we produce this and we submit it to Red Lobster and see if we can get rights to this. Yeah,
I think we're on to something. We're on to something for sure.
Oh my God, that's so funny. I think that's a great commercial. Ed's in charge of marketing. Period. There's a disturbing story out there about a restaurant over in Los Angeles. This has just happened yesterday, I think. I saw it this morning. There was a restaurant worker in Los Angeles at this restaurant that's called Volcano. So apparently it's a full service restaurant. You know, they've got bar, full liquor, blah, blah, blah. It's out in LA somewhere. And one of his coworkers, I guess maybe she was a server. It didn't really give much detail in the article I was reading, but it just said coworker. She was pregnant. And I guess someone that was in the building that ordered some food saw kind of felt that it was taking too long to get the food out and just started berating this pregnant server, not physically, but just, like attacking her verbally, whatever. So this one busser / host comes up to kind of defend the girl. And he tells the guy, he's like, hey man, he's like, take it easy on this lady. She's pregnant. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, give her a break. She doesn't need that extra stress, blah, blah, blah. This guy went ballistic, grabbed the kid, started punching him in the face literally beating him in the middle of the restaurant.
Oh, wow.
Because he stepped up to this poor girl's defense. And the kid had to go to the hospital. And he got the crap beat out of him over this over this guy. And the worst thing about it is, as of right now, the guy they haven't pressed any charges against him.
Really?
He hasn't been arrested.
I was going to say, if it was in L.A., the guy that did the beating was probably out of jail before the guy that got beat was out of the hospital.
Yeah, you're probably right. But no, he never even got arrested. Yeah. So he's still out there. Oh, and apparently he came back to the restaurant several times after the incident looking for the kid to go in and give another ass whooping.
Trying to get him.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy, right? Yeah. I mean, that poor kid, he was trying to do the right thing. And he was just trying to make sure that, his coworker was safe and not overly stressed because she's pregnant, And this guy just wanted nothing to do with it. He pulled the kid over the counter and just beat the hell out of him right there.
You know what? Unfortunately,
in the middle of the dining room.
I can say that I meet people like this every day.
Yeah.
So I won't tell you that.
It's terrible, though. I mean,
that's when the rest of the employees get together next time this guy enters the restaurant. Grab him and pull him in the back and show him the kitchen.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, let me show you where the fryer is. Yeah. It's right over here.
Let's take a walk right through here.
Let's get a real close look at it and see. And we'll put him in one of the commercials too.
Yeah,
that'll be a commercial for a volcano.
Put him in about.
You talk trash to our servers. And put
knees up like
put that in our notes too for the next commercial. So we're marketing a forget it. I quit.
We're just dropping it on Sea-Dog. So forget Sea-Dog.
And I got to take a commercial break because I can't even fathom what's about to happen next in this debauchery of a show.
The next
Knife and Fork radio show. We'll talk to you guys in a couple of minutes.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
This is Paul Porter, the arena voice of the Tampa Bay Lightning, Orlando Magic, and the press box voice of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with some exciting news. My radio program can now be heard on the Tan Talk Radio Network every Saturday morning from 9 to 11. We take your phone calls, give you the latest news on all of our home teams, and have contest and prize giveaways. Join Jason Alessi and me every Saturday from 9 to 11 a.m. for the home team on FM 106.1 and AM 1340. Also on Facebook Live, the home team with Paul Porter.
Caregivers find the support they need on Connecting Caregivers Radio with Linda Burhans, the gal who cares for the caregiver. Heard every Friday from 1 to 2 p.m., Linda and her caring and knowledgeable guests will bring you education, information, and resources, as well as a shoulder for caregivers. That's Connecting Caregivers Radio with Linda Burhans, the gal who cares for the caregiver, where you can find help and hope every Friday from 1 to 2 p.m. right here on the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Ain't it good? Listen to the latest pet trends with benefits on the Pet Buzz every Saturday morning. Join pet trendologist Charlotte Reed and veterinarian Dr. Michael Fleck as they talk all things pets. From animal health and wellness, money-saving tips, celebrity gossip, breaking news, and more. Their expert guests are in the know and in the now. To learn more about this unique program and its hosts, tune into the show on the Tan Talk Radio Network.
The Pet Buzz, Saturday mornings, 8 to 9 a.m.
How many of you listening today yearn to write stories, poems, or novels? Each of you has a story to tell, or knows of a story that others would love to read if only you could put the words on a page. The many writers' clubs in the Bay Area understand this urge and would welcome any new writer to learn with them. So go ahead and take the first step to becoming a well-known author.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Welcome back, everybody. Knife and Fork Radio Show. We needed to take that much-needed commercial break because, as it usually does at some point on Thursday morning, the show tends to go off the rails. And it just it almost derailed itself there with just the ridiculous amount of comedy that we were interjecting into the show. And we had to take, yeah. What's that, Mike?
It was good. I mean, I think we should write a book about that last segment.
It was great. It was great. I loved everything about it.
I mean,
but we needed to take a minute to kind of collect ourselves and bring the professionalism back to the table again. When I say back to the table, I mean this giant round table with all these microphones that we're talking into and this computer screen in front of me. And now we're going to do a marketing company as well, and we're going to market restaurants, much like Red Lobster and Volcano.
Perfect. Let's do it.
Listen, guys, I just want to go back and touch on a little bit of Latitude 28. I was texting with Chuck, the owner of Latitude 28, during the commercial break. And, he just wants me to touch on a few things. Listen, guys, they've got local craft beers on the menu. They've got locally produced liquors behind the bar. Full liquor, local beer, Latitude 28, spelled L''attitude 28. I'm telling you guys, it's going to be the hottest spot in Newport Richey. They've been open for about 3.5 weeks now. And the signs of progress of customers walking in, the compliments that people are saying when they're walking out the door, the amount of just everything that's involved with this place, the structure, the organization, second to none. And when I say if you want a great dining experience and you want it all start to finish, excellent customer service, outstanding food quality, outstanding local liquors, outstanding local craft beers, anything you want, stop by this restaurant, do yourself a favor, and just stop in there and get yourself a nice dinner. Open for lunch and dinner right now. Anything you want. You know what I mean? It's all available. You won't be disappointed.
When I went in there, it was really weird what I don't see everywhere else?
What's that, Mike?
Everybody was smiling and doing a good job and having fun.
And that's a big deal, man.
And that was a little bit, it was a little refreshing.
That's a big deal.
At the end of the day, a lot of people, you get a lot of the hums,
of course,
the ho hum, whatever. But it was a good experience.
That's good.
You know what I mean? So,
it makes a difference, when people want to go to work. And that's, when I own my restaurants and when I manage restaurants, I always told all my employees, I want you to want to come to work.
Yeah. You want to have fun.
I don't want you to feel like it's a task or it's a chore. You have to be here to get paid, but I want you to enjoy yourselves at the same time.
Right. But you have to do the right things also.
Well, of course. It can't be a free for all. There has to be structure.
But there has to be structure. But there has to be a little bit. Not everybody can be micromanaged.
Absolutely.
Then the less you micromanage people, the more you'll get out of people. Which is a strange thing. But because people have their own, they feel like they're empowered themselves.
Yeah, they want to be independent to a certain level. They don't want to be constantly under somebody's thumb, and
and they want to be good also. You know what I mean? So they want to be recognized as well. So that's I could definitely dig that.
Absolutely, no, 100%, man. I'm the same way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't at this stage in my career, I don't necessarily need constant affirmation about how good of a job I'm doing, whatever.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I can just, I know.
Right, of course.
But I'm 35 years of doing this business. I know when I'm doing a good job. Nobody has to tell me, and I know when I'm doing a bad job. And I beat myself up harder than anybody else.
Oh, no, I understand that too.
So it's just like I get that affirmation from myself. I know what I can do and what I can't do, and when I can do it and I do a great job, I'm proud of my accomplishments.
Yeah,
that's pretty much how it is.
Yeah, me too. But, absolutely. Proud of everything I've done in my life.
We've been doing this for a long time, so it is what it is.
Right.
But guys, go check it out. Latitude 28. 4148 Rowan Road, Newport Richey. You will not be disappointed. I'll be there right after the show ends today. Actually, I got to run home. I got to let my dog out first, and then I'll be heading straight into the restaurant afterwards. And we're going to be preparing up some chef-inspired dishes today. Everything from scratch, 100% across the board. Latitude 28, 4148 Rowan Road, Newport Richey. Hopefully, I see you tonight.
Spinach dip.
Yeah. Tell them you mentioned, tell them you heard about us on the show. All right.
Yeah,
I want to hear,
absolutely.
I want to see you guys. Now, moving on with things on the show. I usually end the show with a little segment called Things I Hate, but I do have a few things on my list today for things that I hate, but I'm going to touch on a story that happened to me. And Mike, I don't even know if you know about this. All right. And this is one of my deciding factors of why I decided to close the restaurant down. So months ago, it's been about a year and a half now. About a year and a half ago, my wife and I, we go out to dinner. It was lunch. It was in downtown Tarpon Springs. We went to this restaurant over there on the docks. We like to go out to Tarpon Springs every once in a while. Every 4 or 5 months, we'll go out there, grab a gyro, Greek salad or something, And so this was one of our weekend excursions. We went out there. And this is crazy, Mike. Like I said, I don't even know if you know about this, but we walk into the restaurant, we sit down at the table, right? Hanging out. Server comes over. I ordered a Miller Lite. I think my wife got a glass of wine. She likes Sauvignon Blancs. That's probably what she had. And I do enjoy a good Sauvignon Blanc too. Don't get me wrong, man. Man, that's the best white wine out there. But I could talk about that another time. So we sit down at the table. Food shows up, Greek salad. I think that's all I had, and a couple beers, whatever. And this is true story, man. While I'm sitting at the table, I just passed out.
Oh, you just passed out?
Completely passed out of the table. Yeah, this is the first time you're hearing this story.
Oh, wow.
I completely passed out of the table, and I didn't even know I passed out. So I remember sitting at the table, taking a swig of a beer, right, Miller Lite, and then I wake, and then I remember just opening my eyes, and I hear mass chaos all around. I'm like, what's going on? And I think that I just blinked and I missed something. But apparently what happened is I collapsed at the table, and I took the table down on top of me. Right.
Oh, I think you did tell me this.
Did I tell you that?
I think you did tell me this.
All the plates, everything broken on the back of my head. I got broken glass all over the place. I don't even know what the hell's going on at this point. So I put my hands on the ground. I push myself up, and I've got broken glass under my hands because I don't know what's happening. So finally, I get back up to my chair. My wife gets me seated again. Well, then I'm like, what's going on? And she's like, you just passed out. I'm like, no, I didn't. You're full of ass. There's no way I passed out, right? She's like, no, you just passed out of the table. I was like, oh, man, all right. I'm like, well, and she's like, I already called the paramedics. They're on the way. All right. Paramedics get there, right? They come barging in the back door. They bring all their equipment, everything in there. And then I'm sitting at the table. They're talking to me. They've got hooked up to all these probes and things on me. They got me all hooked up, and they're asking me all these questions about this and about that. And then I start to feel real lightheaded again. I'm like, guys, I think it's going to happen again, right? So boom, I'm out again. But they caught me that time. But it turned out that I got a bad ticker. You know what I mean? Like my heart just literally just stopped in the middle of having lunch that day.
Oh, wow.
And they rushed me over to the hospital, and they put me in there. And then the cardiologist comes in and says, we're putting in a pacemaker like tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
And so the next morning they put in, I've got a pacemaker going right now. Yeah. They put in a pacemaker the next morning. Yeah.
Wow.
Pretty crazy story, man.
Pretty crazy story.
The craziest part about it is I don't even remember any of it happening. I remember sitting at the table, and then I remember waking up. Then I remember sitting in the chair, and then just waking up again. But apparently they were doing like life-saving techniques on my chest. And, in the middle of the dining room.
Well, did you see Jesus?
I didn't see Jesus.
Oh, okay.
I didn't.
I mean, it's just a curiosity.
It was a very quick in and out of consciousness.
I'm just curious.
But here's the craziest thing about it, right? I swear to God, this is the funny part of the story. Okay, so I'm dead in the ground. I get up. I die again. I get up. what does the owner of the restaurant do? Mike, I swear to God, what does the owner of the restaurant do? Comes over and gives my wife the check and says, "Can you pay this before you go?" I literally died twice on the floor, and they're worried about their $32. Like, I'll come back and pay you later. Don't worry, I'm not going to stiff you on the bill. Can I at least get my husband to the hospital so that he doesn't die? What in the hell is wrong with these people?
Oh man, that sounds like every
my wife and I,
industry on the
we
planet.
don't laugh about that experience because it was terrifying to her.
Okay, so you should have messed with them on the way out. Did they wheel you out?
I was on a gurney. I don't know,
Okay.
on a stretcher or whatever.
So then you just kind of head back and forth and then saying, "It sure didn't taste bad going down."
Right, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Man, but yeah, I was dumbfounded. And the even crazier thing about it is when I got up after the first collapse, just because the restaurant business is instilled in me, right? I can't get rid of it. I want to, but I can't. I immediately started asking the server, "Can you get me a broom and a dustpan so I can clean up this mess that I just made?" And my wife was like, "Are you crazy?" I'm like, "I don't want these guys to have to clean up after me." And she's like, "Just sit down. The paramedics are coming. What's wrong with you, you idiot?" But I'm looking around. I see stuff all over. I'm like, "I made the mess. Give me a broom and dustpan. I'll clean the crap up. I don't care." Yeah, that was a pretty wild story, but that's one of the reasons that led me into closing down the restaurant as well. It's like, thinking about the stress level and going back to the and that just came out of nowhere. I've never had that happen to me ever.
Exactly. You have to protect yourself.
It just came out of nowhere, and I just couldn't deal with the stress anymore. And, my wife and I, we talked about it. And it's like, you know what? It's just time. What I mean? I don't want to deal with this crap anymore and then have a heart attack, trying to figure out how to make a few bucks in this restaurant. It's killing me.
Yeah, it's
Literally.
tough.
It's killing me.
Maybe you and I should go into business one day.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
We should. Now I'll tell you, Mike, I'm telling you right now, since I decided for my, for those reasons to close that place, best decision I made. My stress level is at an all-time low right now. I feel good. I'm waking up. I'm going back to the gym in the morning again, and it's the way that life should be run.
Fair.
So it was the right
enough.
decision.
All right, fair enough. I mean,
yeah,
like
it is what it is.
I've been battling left, here and there, and just trying to figure out what I'm going to do. But,
we all got our stuff that we got to deal with.
Yeah.
But let's get into a little bit of things that I hate. This is one of my favorite segments of the show.
I love this part.
And I always reserve this for the last 4 to 5 minutes of the show. So I'm running out of time. I got about 3 minutes to get through this list. And I want to touch on this. Mike, one thing that I really hate.
What's that?
I hate people that watch TV cooking shows and then come into your restaurant and say, "You know what? I saw them do it on TV last night on MasterChef this way, and you're doing it incorrectly because of that." I can't stand these idiots. Where do they come from? And what gives them the right to walk into my restaurant and tell me that I'm not doing it right because they watched some idiot on MasterChef do it another way the night before?
I don't know, man.
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
I can't stand it. You got all these people that just watch TV and they think they're these commercial chefs now. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous.
Everybody thinks they're a chef.
Yeah, everybody thinks they're a chef.
Then won't even say anything to you. Then we'll go back and leave a bad review for you.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So that's the worst part about
Absolutely.
it. At least have the cojones to say something.
Just talk about it. Yeah. That's ridiculous, man. I hate these people, man.
So do I.
You know what else I hate, Mike?
What's that?
Here's another thing that I really hate. At what point in our lifetime, over the course of over the last 10 or 15 years, did everyone in the world become allergic to gluten?
You know what? I don't know.
Remember back in the old days when we used to shake the gluten on Billy's food back at the house? Now, he had a legitimate case of celiac. He literally, legitimately could not eat gluten products.
Yeah, it would go right through.
And I get it. But I mean, now it's like, the one that drives me crazy is, well, I have celiac. I can't eat any gluten. So what do you have that's gluten-free? Go down the list. You tell them what it is. But then they'll sit there and they'll eat the basket of bread that you drop at the table for them.
Yeah. Oh, it's the worst thing I've ever heard. Well, what it is people are they're thinking they're being healthy.
Yeah.
But they're,
Yeah, they're not.
They're really not. It's still bread.
Here's another thing that I hate, and I really hate this one. Ed, you want to know what it is? This is one of the ones that I really hate. Bumper stickers.
Oh, bumper stickers with profanities are my favorite.
You know what? Here's the thing, man. It's like, it's not 1983 anymore.
Who the hell
you know
has
what I mean?
a bumper sticker?
No, what's that?
Who the hell has a bumper
Ed,
sticker?
you'd be surprised. I drive a lot. I'm on the road constantly.
Really?
And I see so many bumpers. Here's the thing: nobody cares about your political views. Nobody cares that your third grader made the honor roll.
Yeah,
nobody cares about your little family thing that you have on the window with the little dog and the outlines and all your pretty littles. Nobody cares about that. All I want to do is I want to get to my destination and I want to do what I got to do. And I don't want to look at anything that you have to tell me because I don't know you. Don't care about you. I'm never going to hang out with you because you've got a bumper sticker that says your daughter graduated, the first grade on the honor roll. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me.
The only one I ever liked from Sia's Meat Company. You can't beat Chuck's Meat.
I like that one.
I like that one.
That's a good one.
That's my only favorite.
I would put that on my car.
Yeah, I would put that one on my car.
Listen, guys, I got to wrap it up. Knife and Fork Radio Show. We'll see you again next Thursday. Mike, you got anything?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
WTAN, Clearwater.
FM 106.1.
WDCF, Dade City.
FM 102.3.
Listen.
Is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. A lot of people are kicking off the summer travel season early. Some already have. Here's CBS's Matt Piper.
The FAA says nearly 54,000 flights will take off today, the busiest Memorial Day weekend since 2010. Summer as a whole will be busy too. The agency saying it expects 271 million Americans will fly between June 1st and August 31st. And they say more Americans than ever before have passports.
AAA estimates travel times could take up to 90% longer than usual. Travel could be a dangerous proposition in some parts of the country. CBS meteorologist David Parkinson.
Big tornado risk coming for Oklahoma and Kansas, the potential for strong, maybe even violent tornadoes, ones that are on the ground for a long period of time. And then that threat moves into the Mid-South for your Sunday, places like St. Louis, Louisville, Memphis, Nashville, all of you under threat for tornadoes on Sunday.
Search continues for survivors in Greenfield, Iowa, where the death tolls up to at least 5 after a powerful twister tore through Tuesday. A massive wind gust blamed for collapsing a stage at a rally in northern Mexico, where 9 people were killed, including a child. CBS's Omar Villafranca.
People looked stunned in the aftermath, while others screamed in pain, treated while still lying on the ground. The event was a campaign rally in the city of San Pedro Garza Garcia. Longshot presidential candidate Jorge Alvarez Maynez and his team were on the stage when it collapsed.
Supreme Court Justice Samuel Alito is facing new calls to remove himself over a New York Times report about a second flag used by January 6th protesters seen flying at his beach home in New Jersey. CBS's Scott McFarland.
Justice Alito has not responded to requests for comment about this flag report. We do know Senate Democrats want to vote on new Supreme Court ethics rules, but it stands no chance of becoming law without sufficient Republican support.
Alito said his wife was the one who briefly flew an upside-down flag at their home in Virginia after the January 6th attack. A week after King Charles unveiled a portrait that some say looks like he's gone up in flames, there's new controversy in the UK over a royal on a magazine cover. CBS's Vicky Barker from London.
Artist Hannah Uzor admits she was working from photos, not the woman herself, but she insists her painting for the cover of Society magazine Tatler attempts to capture Kate's soul. Maybe so, but royal fans are complaining it sure doesn't capture her face. It looks like a high school art project, is a typical comment.
The Dow is down 229 points in early trading. S&P up 1. This is CBS News.
And now, a list of things from Progressive Insurance. Home, auto, boat, motorcycle, RV, ATV. Progressive protects them all. Learn more about bundling at Progressive.com.
This is Downtown Dade. How would you like to be able to promote yourself, your business, or someone else's business for less than the cost of one 60-second commercial on many Tampa Bay radio stations? Here's the deal. You can have your own 1-hour radio program on the Tan Talk Network for less than the cost of one 60-second announcement on many Tampa Bay stations. Your program will be on 2 Tampa Bay radio stations and will cover 4 million people in Florida, plus worldwide on the internet in both audio and video. And you'll have a web link for your business on on the Tan Talk 1340 website. We provide the producer, the state-of-the-art equipment, free production of commercials, and much more. Check it out today. Call Lola O'Brien, the Irish Hawaiian, at 727-510-7622. That's 510-7622. Call Lola O'Brien now, 727-510-7622. Call now and your 1-hour radio program can start tomorrow. Call 510-7622 for Lola O'Brien, the Irish Hawaiian, at the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Carrie Harrison with you, inviting you to join me each Friday afternoon at 5 o'clock for Reboot Your Life, where we teach you how to get back the life you love. We not only open our Hollywood Recovery Rolodex, but we bring on the best of the best in coaches, doctors, and therapists just for you. All this is made possible by Riverside Recovery of Tampa, the go-to place when our veterans need recovery help. You can learn more at rrtampa.com, rrtampa.com, and join me Fridays at 5 for Reboot Your Life.
Unity Florida has moved to Thursday nights from 5 to 7 with more golf entertainment and inside information. From the PGA to the LPGA, LIV, and local events, show for scratch golfers, fun-loving hacks, two pros sharing insight along with a hack and Caddyshack humor with their talented entertainment team. Unity Florida, 5 to 7 from Ferg Sports Bar and Grill, 19th Hole Clubhouse, and Ice Pick Vodka Studios. On the Tampa St. Pete Sports Connection radio network streaming on FloridaSportsStream.com. Tee it high and let it fly on the T Florida and Ice Pick Vodka.
Hi there, I'm Robin Savage, stand-up comic. Are you sick of the news getting pushed around by two sides, always saying the other side is wrong? You deserve to enjoy the news.
That's what's up, Robin. I'm your host, Mac James, from Stand Up for News. We're stand-up comics, and we tell the news. The news doesn't have any legs and can't stand up for its own self. Join us and special guests like local hero comics like Donnie Stopa, all the way to legends like Tommy Chong, every Thursday, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. here on WTAN Radio.